making their way into the chambers for this afternoon sitting will consider various businesses, including bills and motions. There is a motion that the senators will consider. This is with regards to the reconstitution of standing committees. And this is with regards to the Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, the Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources, and the Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and Regional Integration, as well as the Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations. And this is pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 197. And this particular motion is that notwithstanding the resolutions of the Senate that was made on the 12th February 2025 on the approval of senators to serve in various standing committees of the Senate, pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 197, 199, 228, the Senate approves senators nominated by the Senate Business Committee to serve in the standing committees of the Senate, and these include the Honorable Senator Mwenda Gataya Mofaya will replace the Senator Honorable Alan Chesang in the Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. The Senator Honorable Karen Nyamu will replace Senator Dr. Lelegwe Tumbesi on the Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources. However, you can see the Deputy Speaker of the Senate, Honorable Kathuri Murungi, already in the chambers. Allow me to hand you over to this live broadcast brought to you by PBU in partnership with KBC. Good afternoon.
Tuombe. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, twakusihi tutazame kwa neema nyingi na baraka sisi watumishi wako ambao umeridhika kutuita kwa nyadhifa za uongozi katika jamhuri hii yetu. Twakuomba utujalie tuyatende na kufikiria mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi yetu na wale ambao haja zao umezikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amina. Clerk, confirm whether you have quorum. Sergeant Adams, ring the quorum bell for 10 minutes.
Well, the prayer has been said and the chair taken. However, the House has not corrected. Currently is a quorum bell that is on for 10 minutes as directed by the Speaker. This is to alert the members to make their way into the chambers for the commencement of House business for this afternoon sitting. At least 15 members, as provided for in the standing orders of the House, should be present for the House to be deemed to have quorated. and for the House to be able to commence its business. So that is what the House is waiting for it to be able to start its business. Once that quorum is achieved, then the members will go right into the business that is lined up to be transacted this afternoon. But as I had indicated earlier, is that a motion on the reconstitution of standing committees will be considered this afternoon. And this is notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate that was made on the 12th of February, the year 2025, on the approval of senators to serve in various standing committees of the Senate. The changes include in the Committee of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, the Honorable Senator Mwenda Gataya Mofaya will replace the Senator Honorable Alan Chesang. In the Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources, the Honorable Senator Karen Nyamu will replace Honorable Dr. Lelegwe Ltumbesi. In National Cohesion, Equal Opportunity and Regional Integration, and this includes that the Honorable Senator Joseph Kamau Githuku will be replacing Senator Mwenda Gataya Mofaya. More changes are also on the Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations, and this notes that the Honorable Senator Dr. Lelegwe Ltumbesi will replace the Honorable Senator Karen Nyamu in that particular committee. So this is a motion that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 197. This is with regards to nomination of members of select committees, which says unless otherwise provided by any written law or these standing orders, the Senate Business Committee shall, in consultation with parliamentary parties, nominate senators who shall serve on a select committee. This is one of the standing orders that these changes or this reconstitution is taking place under. Also, Standing Order 199 on approval of nomination is that the Senate Business Committee shall, within 7 days of the nomination of senators to serve in select committees, present the list of nominees to the Senate for approval. Also, whenever a motion for approval of a list that is under that particular paragraph is moved in the Senate, no objection against the proposed members of a senator in a selection committee shall be permitted, and objections, if any, shall be formulated against the proposed membership as a whole. And paragraph 3 under that Standing Order 199, a senator shall not be a member of a select committee unless the Senate approves the nomination of such senator. The Standing Order 228 will allow me to hand you over. We'll listen in.
You have no mic.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next one.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next.
Order number 3, messages.
Next one.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next one.
Order number 5, papers.
Leader of the majority party.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the Senate today, Wednesday, the 19th of February, 2025. These are the reports of the Auditor General of the financial statements of Nairobi City County for the year ended 30th June, 2024. County Executive of Nairobi City County, County Assembly of Nairobi City County, County Revenue Fund, Receiver of Revenue, Nairobi City County Alcoholic Drinks Control and Licensing Board, Nairobi City County Assembly and Car Loan and Mortgage Fund, Nairobi City Water and Sewerage Company Limited, Mutuini Dagoretti Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022, Mutuini Dagoretti Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023. Mutuini Dagoretti Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2024. Kayole 2 Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022. Kayole 2 Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023. Kayole 2 Level 4 for the year ended 30th June 2022. Pumwani Maternity Referral Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022. Pumwani Maternity Referral Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023. Pumwani Maternity Referral Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023. Pumwani Maternity Referral Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2024. Mbagathi County Referral Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022. Mbagathi County Referral Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023. Mbagathi County Referral Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2024. Makadara Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022. Makadara Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023. Makadara Level 4 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2024. Mama Lucy Kibaki Level 5 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2022. Mama Lucy Kibaki Level 5 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2023. Mama Lucy Kibaki Level 5 Hospital for the year ended 30th June 2024. Reports of the Auditor General on the financial statements of Makueni County for the year ended 30th June 2024. County Executive of Makueni, County Assembly of Makueni, County Revenue Fund, Receiver of Revenue, Makueni County Bursary Fund, Makueni County Emergency Fund, Makueni Empowerment Fund, Makueni County State and Public Officers Car Loan and Mortgage Fund, Wote Municipality County Government of Makueni, Makueni County Climate Change Fund, Makueni County Referral Hospital, Makindu Level 4 Hospital, Sultan Hamud Sub-County Level 4 Hospital, Matiliku Sub-County Hospital, Mukuyuni Sub-County Hospital, Mboni Sub-County Level 4 Hospital, Kisau Sub-County Level 4 Hospital, Tawa Sub-County Level 4 Hospital, Kibwezi Sub-County Level 4 Hospital, Kibwezi Makindu Water and Sanitation Company Limited, Wote Water and Sewerage Company Limited, Mboni Water and Sanitation Company Limited, Makueni County Sand Conservation and Utilization Authority, Makueni County Fruit Development and Marketing Authority. Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay.
All the senators. We go to the next order, but senators, note that we are using a supplementary order paper. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Majority Leader, you have a notice to give.
Notice of motion. This is a reconstitution, a further reconstitution of the standing committees, that notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on the 12th of February 2025 on the approval of senators to serve in various standing committees of the Senate and pursuant to Standing Order 197, 199, and 228, and the fourth schedule to the standing orders, the Senate approves the following senators nominated by the Senate Business Committee to serve in the standing committees of the Senate as follows. A, Committee on Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, Senator Mwenda Gataya Mofaya, CBS, to replace Senator Alan Chesang. Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources, Senator Karen Nyamu, to replace Senator Dr. Lelegwe Ltumbes. Senator Alan Chesang, to replace Senator William Cheptumo. C, Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunities and Regional Integration, Senator Joseph Githuku, MP, to replace Mwenda Gataya Mofaya. D, Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations, Senator Lelegwe Ltumbes, to replace Senator Karen Nyamu.
Next order.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Yes, we have statements understanding Order 53-1. We start off with Senator Catherine Muma. I understand she has delegated that work to Senator Miraj.
request for statement on the challenges in replacing and authenticating certificates by the Kenya National Examination Council (NEC). Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education concerning the outdated resources sapping processes that applicants must endure whenever they seek to replace lost or destroyed academic certificates at the Kenya National Examination Council's (NEC) offices. In the statement, the committee should specifically: 1. Explain the justification for the laborious and overly bureaucratic procedural hurdles employed by the Kenyan National Examinations Council in their procedures for the replacement and authentication of academic certificates, including the requirement that applicants obtain confirmation letters from their former and hopefully still existent academic institutions to ascertain they sat their national examinations and they did so in that institution. Yet the NEC is the sole custodian of all national examination related data and principal archiver of those candidates' records, and B, issuer of all unique candidates identification numbers for persons sitting their national examinations, and similarly the sole issuer of all accredited documentation on every candidate's results, including the academic certificates. 2. Explain why the NEC is not leveraging technology to operate an independent digitized mechanism that in real time verifies students' examinations related data, thus ensuring all candidates' records, including registration details and results, are digitized and stored on secure cloud-based platforms for real-time ease of access whenever NEC needs to verify any applicant's credentials. B, developing and introducing a centralized database that is accessible to...
I can see Senator Miraji is struggling to read our statement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for protecting me. Developing and introducing a centralized database that is accessible to authorized personnel across different government institutions whenever verification may be needed. C, adopting biometric authentication based on biometric data collection during examination registration and during the acquisition of national identity cards. And D, issuance of digital certificates and developing a digital verification system that can be accessed, verified and shared via secure online platforms by different institutions for real-time verification. And 3, establish clear guidelines for application in cases where schools no longer exist, yet applicants must produce confirmation letters as a requirement to avoid victimizing applicants due to circumstances beyond their control. Another statement, request for statement on health sector's response to the consequences of a halt in the United States funding for HIV and AIDS health program. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Health regarding the contingency measures being contemplated to address the funding shortfalls resulting from the implementation of the United States Executive Order number 1416-9 dated 24th January 2025 on re-evaluating and realigning U.S. foreign aid, which is halted and supported by multiple U.S. government agencies to Kenya, including the President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PERFARE. In the statement, the committee should: 1. Provide a report on the amount of U.S. foreign aid received by Kenya for the financial year 2023-2024 and 2024-2025, highlighting the portion of that funding targeted towards the life-supporting antiretroviral treatment, ART, for persons living with HIV, PLHIVs, and other essential HIV services program, including testing, access to counseling services, and access to preventive commodities. Number 2, detail the funding shortfalls and suspension of operations anticipated from implementation of the said U.S. executive order, and elaborate on how this affected the health sector's ability to sustainability fund that affected health programs, including PEPFAR funding support for A, HIV commodity needs for financial year 2024-2025, Country Operational Plan 24, COP24, that has contributed in excess of 28% of Kenya's total annual requirement for the procurement and distribution of HIV health products. B, engagement of over 41,000 essential healthcare staff who provide HIV services, including clinical services, community support, and program management across the 47 counties, from health facilities at level 2 to 4 projected for the period of 1st October 2024 to 30th September 2025, as well as the county governments currently having over 9,000 frontline staff supported by the U.S. government grants annually. And C, system for HIV and health data infrastructure, including cash 8 million that supports data hosted at the National AIDS and STI Control Program, NASCOP, as well as maintaining the National Data Warehouse that includes data on early infant diagnosis, HIV testing, viral load dashboard, antiretroviral treatment, and mortality surveillance. 3, elaborate on whether the national government has determined how the funding shortfall will be bridged to maintain the continuity of these essential services over the short, medium, and long term. Number 4, highlight the National Treasury's response to this crisis, detailing whether and how they intend to factor in the crucially needed funding, particularly addressing whether they have revised the budget policy to incorporate the said fund. Third but not least, I request for a statement on the shortage of textbooks in primary and junior secondary school in the country. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education regarding the shortage of textbook in primary and junior secondary school in the country. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is a severe shortage of core textbooks in schools, which is significantly affecting learning nationwide. The shortage has particularly impacted subjects that were recently reorganized and consolidated, as well as new textbook for grade 9, which were expected to be available at the beginning of the school term. In the statement, the committee should assess the extent of the textbook shortage across different grades and subjects, identifying the most affected classes and learning areas, and evaluate its impact on learners and schools, including disruptions to the implementations of the competency-based curriculum, CBC. Clarify. Number 2, the committee should clarify the government's policy on textbook procurement, specifically whether the responsibility lies solely with parents or if there is a government distribution plan to ensure equitable access to learning material for all learners. 3, explain the role of the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, KICD, in approving and releasing new textbooks, including whether delays in the rationalization process contributed to the shortage. 4, provide an update on the commitments made by the Ministry of Education and KICD regarding the approval and distribution of textbook, ensuring transparency on the expected timelines for resolutions. And 5, outline the actions taken by the Ministry of Education to ensure that all learners have access to the required textbook, including clear timelines for their availability. For Senator Catherine Muma. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next statement by Senator Esther Okenyuri.
Request for a statement on claims of racism and discrimination in Taita Hills, Salt Lake Resort and Fairview Hotel. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Trade, Industrialization and Tourism regarding reported cases of racism, discrimination and nepotism involving staff and service providers in the Taita Hills Safari Resort, Salt Lake Safari Lodge, Fairview Hotel and Nyali Beach Resort. In the statement, the committee should, 1, state any measures the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife has taken to safeguard the staff and service providers against the reported cases of racism, discrimination and nepotism at the Taita Hills Safari Resort, Salt Lake Safari Lodge and Fairview Hotel and Nyali Beach Resort. 2, outline the terms of employment in the said hotels and state whether the Employment Act is adhered to in hiring and dismissing employees. 3, provide a comprehensive report of employees and vendors hired or fired within the last 1 year, giving the justification for the same. And finally, explain any steps being taken to ensure that discrimination, racism, and nepotism against clients, staff, and service providers is eliminated in all hotels in the country. Senator Esther Okenyuri, MP. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Senator Modigi Alexander.
Request for statement on June 2024 fire tragedy at the Embu County Governor's Office. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to check a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding a fire tragedy that destroyed the Embu County Governor's Office during the June 2024 Generations Gen Z protest. This unfortunate incident severely disrupted county government operations and service delivery with damages estimated at approximately Kenya shillings 250 million. In the statement, the committee should 1, clarify whether the Ministry of Interior and the National Administration has plans to allocate funds for the renovation of the affected offices and the replacement of crucial information, communication and technology equipment. 2, indicate whether the ministry has conducted an assessment of the damages and established the necessary reconstruction measures. And 3, state whether whether emergency funds are available through the National Disaster Funds to facilitate immediate renovation works without further delay. Senator Mundigi, Embu County.
The statement by Senator Eddie Okech is deferred. Next is Senator Joe Newton.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations regarding the security situation in Kandara constituency in Murang'a County. Mr. Speaker, sir, there has been an alarming rise in insecurity in Murang'a County, characterized by the killing of young children and the unexplained disappearances of individuals without a trace. This situation has been exacerbated by the closure of 3 police stations, namely Kiriko Police Post, Kawendo Police Post, and Gakoi Police Post in Kandara constituency. In the statement, Mr. Speaker, the committee should, 1, provide the reasons behind the closure of Kiriko Police Post, Kawendo Police Post, and Gakoi Police Post in Kandara constituency, Murang'a County. 2, explain why no officers have been deployed to Shoi Police Post despite its completion several years ago, and provide a timeline for the operationalization. And 3, outline the measures in place to enhance security in the Kandara constituency and the wider Murang'a County, and explain the actions being taken by the police to bring to book those behind the wave of insecurity in this area. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next is Senator Mwaruma Jones.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity to... I have 2 statements, Mr. Speaker, and I would like to seek your indulgence so that I read them simultaneously. The first one is about just a black spot along Matate Undani Road in Taita Taveta County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Roads and Transportation concerning dangers posed by a black spot at Josa along Matate Undani Road in Taita Taveta County. In the statement, the committee should, 1, state the number of road accidents that have happened along the Matate Undani Road at Josa, particularly at the section of the road commonly known as Corner S, and provide data on casualties and fatalities attributed to the said accidents from 2019 to date. And 2, apprise the Senate on the measures the government has taken to prevent the frequent accidents along this section of the road, and indicate whether redesigning of the road has been considered. The second statement, Mr. Speaker, is on the funding for the construction of junior secondary school classrooms. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education concerning the rationale behind bills of quantities formulation for the ongoing construction of junior secondary school JSS classrooms countrywide. In the statement, the committee should, 1, explain the rationale behind the decision to award a blanket figure for 1 million shillings for the construction of each classroom, and whether this decision considered transport and other related costs incurred during transportation of materials, including the availability of the said materials within the areas where the construction is taking place. 2, apprise the Senate on whether the government has any plans to adjust the amount payable to the contractors engaged in areas that face materials and logistical challenges to ensure contractors do not engage in substandard work as they try to safeguard their profits. And 3, provide a list of schools in the country, if any, that are yet to secure contractors for the construction of classrooms due to the cost implication that go beyond the 1 million shillings allocation. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
There's two statements from the Senator for Kirinyaga County. Is he around or has he assigned in one of the members to lead on his behalf? Senator James Murango. Ketungati. Okay, please do.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I want to read these statements representing the Honorable James Kamau Murango, Senator from Kirinyaga, and it is such a pleasure to represent one of our own, Agitungati. Request for statement on the pending bills owed to contractors and suppliers by the county government of Kirinyaga. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget regarding the pending bills owed to the contractors and suppliers for goods delivered and services rendered to the county government of Kirinyaga. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is a matter of great concern considering that some of the contractors and suppliers have loans to service and the continued non-payment of the pending bills starves businesses of the necessary capital to operate and grow. In the statement, the committee should, number one, provide details of the amount of pending bills owed by the county government of Kirinyaga to contractors and suppliers for goods delivered and services rendered at the end of the financial year 2023-2024, and state the period the unsettled pending bills have been outstanding. Number two, state any measures in place to ensure that the Kirinyaga county government settles all the pending bills as a matter of priority. And number three, explain the administrative, policy and legal steps that the government and the relevant agencies have taken to ensure that the county governments do not accumulate pending bills in future. Signed by Senator James Kamau Murango, MP, Senator for Kirinyaga County. If you, Chair Agriculture Committee Emeritus, if you allow me, Honorable Speaker.
Please do. Go ahead.
I have a second statement. People are very excited. I don't know why. Yeah, we are very proud to be Tungatis. Request for statement on the disbursement and review of capitation to public primary and secondary schools. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education regarding the disbursement and review of capitation to public primary schools and secondary schools by the government, noting that the schools have reopened and are facing financial strain, having accrued debts from suppliers in anticipation of settlement of arrears owed to them by the national government. In the statement, the committee should, number one, provide details on the amount of capitations arrears owed to public primary and secondary schools for the 2024 academic year. Number two, indicate the timeline for the disbursement of the pending arrears for 2024 and for the first term allocation for the 2025 academic year. And number three, clarify whether the government has any plans to review the capitation per learner in both primary and secondary school, considering that the last review was conducted in 2017 and schools continue to face financial challenges due to inflation and prevailing economic conditions. This statement has been signed by Senator James Kamau Murango, MP, Senator for Kirinyaga County, Field Marshal in the Itungati movement.
Next is a statement from Senator Richard Onyonka. I understand you have sent Senator Ende Okech.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you. This is a request for statement on victimization of teachers at Poroko Friends School in Transmara West Sub-County, Narok County. And I'm reading it on behalf of Senator Onyonka, the great senator of the people of Kisii County. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education regarding claims of victimization. Mr. Speaker, there's a lot of noise from the other side, but regardless, I rise pursuant to Standing Order number 53-1 to seek a statement from the Standing Committee on Education regarding claims of victimization based on tribe of teachers in Poroko Friends School in Transmara West Sub-County, Narok County. Mr. Speaker, before the 2024 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, KCSE, examinations, it is alleged that teachers were asked to hang around and assist, and it reads, this is a quotation, engage in exam malpractice, candidates a request, it is said, many refused. The school principal is reportedly on record threatening dire consequences against those who refuse to cooperate. Out of the 47 TSC teachers in the school, approximately 30 were involved in the invigilation and supervision of KCSE in other centers, a fact that made them unavailable for any malpractice within the school. Most disturbingly, Mr. Speaker, in what would appear to be a case of ethnic discrimination and targeted victimization, the Teachers Service Commission, TSC, county and sub-county directors are claimed to have issued punitive transfers affecting only the teachers from Abagusi community, with a total of 9 teachers having been issued with transfers and release letters from Transmara South, with rife indication that a total of about 20 teachers from the same targeted community might be transferred, whereas the teachers from the local community have not been affected by the said transfers. This points to unfair administrative actions contrary to the provisions of Article 47(1) of the Constitution. In the statement, therefore, Mr. Speaker, the committee should examine the reasons for the mass transfer of teachers from the Bagusi community from Poroko Friends School and confirm whether those transfers were based on fair and justifiable grounds. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, in the statement, the committee should establish the state the circumstances under which the Kenya National Examination Council, NEC, barred 32 examiners from the school from participating in the national marking exercise and whether the decision is subject to revision. Further, Mr. Speaker, in the statement, the committee should verify whether investigations were carried out into the alleged intimidation, threats, and incitement against some teachers and explain whether disciplinary action will be taken against anyone found to be culpable. Further, Mr. Speaker, in the statement, the committee should outline any measures the Ministry of Education is taking to ensure that the teachers' transfers are done in a manner that will not be adverse, discriminatory, punitive, or inhumane to those affected. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, in the statement, the committee should state the immediate steps being put in place by the Ministry of Education to ensure the safety of the teachers affected in order to foster a conducive teaching and learning environment at the school. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Next is the statement by Senator Tabitha Karanja Keloche.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise pursuant to Standing Order 52-1 to make a statement on a matter of general topics concern, namely the deterioration state of security and delivery of services to the residents of Nakuru County. Mr. Speaker, sir, Nakuru County residents have been left in a state of disbelief, shock, bereavement, and helplessness following 3 separate incidences that have happened over the last 1 month or so. In the first incident, a political activist, Mr. Richard Raymond, was brutally murdered on 18th January 2023, just a few meters from the Erbagon police station in Molo. On the same day, Mr. Brian Odhiambo mysteriously disappeared from a police custody, and to date, his whereabouts remain unknown. Mr. Speaker, sir, to illustrate how the situation in Nakuru County is moving from bad to worse, there is a case where a 7-month-old baby by the name Mercy Chepngeno, belonging to a deaf couple, was taken to the Nakuru Teaching and Referral Hospital following a short illness. The baby was admitted, but unfortunately died on 2nd February 2025, in the presence of her father, who was taking care of her. The body was moved to the hospital morgue on the Sunday evening. However, the father was denied access to the morgue by the attendant, yet he had wanted to witness where his late daughter was to be preserved. He then went home to inform his family of the demise of their lovely daughter, and they started burial preparation. A few days later, on 6th February 2025, they went back to the hospital morgue with clothes and a coffin to collect the body of their beloved daughter, who was to be laid to rest in Bomet County. Mr. Speaker, sir, after handing over the clothes and coffin, they were told to wait for 2 hours to allow the body preparation. 2 hours later, they were told the body was still frozen and the morgue attendant required for another 2 hours. They went back to the morgue after the expiry of the 2 hours, only to be informed that the body was missing. This is unbelievable. How could a body go missing from a morgue? What they complained, instead of addressing their concern, the morgue attendant threatened to spray them with formalin, the chemical used to preserve dead bodies. A scaffold ensued, and this is when it caught the attention of the medical superintendent in charge of the hospital, and he promised to conduct investigations to establish the whereabouts of the body. Sadly, almost 2 weeks later, the body is yet to be traced. Mr. Speaker, sir, these horrific occurrences sparked anger that resulted in demonstrations by several civil society and human rights organizations such as the Nakuru Organization for the Deaf Families and the Law Society of Kenya. But unfortunately, nothing seems to be happening. Mr. Speaker, sir, even before we came to terms with the missing body of 7-month-old baby, Mercy Chepngeno, another shocking incident of a young man from Nakuru Town West by the name Brian Odhiambo disappeared without a trace from police custody on 18th January 2025. To date, his whereabouts remain in mystery. These unfortunate incidences have left the families in anguish, pain, shock, helplessness, and in fear as they cry for justice. I was moved to tears when I saw the 2 bereaved families crying helplessly, to a point of stripping their clothes due to the unbearable pain of losing their loved ones. I'll bring statements to the relevant committees for further actions to achieve justice for my people of Nakuru. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the opportunity to make this statement, and may God bless you all. Led by Senator Tabitha Kiroche. Thank you.
There is a statement by Senator Mohamed Chute. I saw him when we were starting, but I don't know where he disappeared to. So that statement is dropped. Next one. Okay. Honorable Senators, while using the powers bestowed to the Speaker or the Chair under 45.2, standing under 45.2, I reorganize the business under Senators. Under Senator Tabitha Kiroche. I now reorganize the business. So under number 8, 9, 10 stands defunct. We go to now under number 11.
Order number 11, motion, reconstitution of standing committees.
Majority Rinda.
Standing the resolutions of the Senate made on the 12th of February 2025 on the approval of senators to serve in the various standing committees of the Senate and pursuant to standing orders 197, 199, 228, and the fourth schedule to the standing orders, the Senate approves the following senators nominated by the Senate Business Committee to serve in the standing committees of the Senate as follows. Committee on Agriculture, A. Senator Mwenda Gataya Mofaya to replace Senator Alan Chesang. B. Committee on Land, Environment and Natural Resources, Senator Karen Nyamu to replace Senator Lelegwe Ltumbesi. And 2, Senator Alan Chesang to replace the late Senator William Cheptumo. C. Committee on National Cohesion, Equal Opportunities and Regional Integration, Senator Joseph Kamau Githuku to replace Senator Mwenda Gataya Mofaya. And D. Committee on National Security, Defense and Foreign Relations, Senator Dr. Lelegwe Ltumbesi to replace Senator Karen Nyamu. Mr. Speaker, we only did this work last week, but since then there are 2 events that have led to this quick reorganization. One is a rather obvious one on the majority side, given that we lost one of our colleagues, and there are certain committees, Mr. Speaker, that members felt it will be unfair to leave them short of quorum as we think about what will happen in the future. Second, and most importantly, Mr. Speaker, having listened to some of the members on where they were placed, it became rather important to take into consideration their concerns and the need for them to serve where they felt their strength will be better utilized. So it's a fairly straightforward matter, Mr. Speaker, which I want to beg the House to grant the permission to proceed. I request Senator Professor Tom Ojienda to second. Say I second. Unalala.
Chair, Mr. Speaker, sir, I second the motion to replace members. I hope that is in the spirit of the desire to serve in those committees. I hope the President will be followed. Thank you.
Honourable Senators, Senator Karen Nyamu. Honourable Senators, I propose the question that notwithstanding the resolution of the Senate made on 12th February 2025 on the approval of senators to serve in various standing committees of the Senate,